Alright, the next thing I'm going to test here is the how robust the calibration sequence is. A lot of the gyros that we've used in the past are pretty susceptible to motion while they're going through the calibration sequence. So what's pretty typical for us is we'll turn the robot on while the robot's being moved onto the field, or turn it on once it's on the field, and then line it up like for autonomous mode. The problem with that is some of the gyros we're monitoring like a stationary drift rate. That rate gets locked in, and like during startup calibration, and then it's used to determine whether or not you're sitting still later. So if you're moving during the calibration sequence, it can really mess up your position data for the rest of the match. We've developed code to try to identify when that occurs and re-zero the gyro later, but I want to see how this gyro specifically responds in that scenario. So what I'm going to do is apply power to the sensor while it's moving, and then take a look at how the data, whether or not you get drift while it's sitting still. So see if I can do this while holding the camera. This is proving more difficult than I anticipated. Alright. So I'm gonna be moving that. Plugged it in. I'm actively rotating it. And over here, you can see we came up and calibrated. The gyro still says it's not in cal. Alright, so if you're actively rotating, you can see this column here, it says gyro equals 0. I'm pretty sure that means that it's not calibrated. So we're getting data off of it. So we still read the data, but the gyro is telling us it's not calibrated. So I'm going to stop rotating it. And you can see it just calibrated. So now it's, yes, I see it's 3, it means it's done. And we have no drift. So I'm going to rotate it. So that says it's 100 degrees when it's lined up there. I'm going to rotate it 90. 14. Rotate it back. 103. Rotate it back. Yeah, so it looks like it's, when it says it's calibrated, it's actually accurate. I'm going to try to rotate it slower during startup, just to see if we can trick the calibration application. They probably have some threshold. They're like monitoring to see if it's drifting. So maybe we can get below that threshold. Alright, power's applied. I'm just rotating it very slowly. So that's how much I'm rotating it. Probably like 3 to 5 degrees. And gyro still says it's not calibrated. I'm going to try to go slower. Looks like the output is still accurate while I'm rotating it. So just wonder, that's how much I'm rotating it. It's not calibrated. I'm just rotating it in one direction now. So I'm moving it. Might be hard to tell in the video. But yeah, you can see I'm maybe, oh, looks like I went too slow. So yeah, so apparently I didn't move it fast enough, but that's still results in it with a good cow. So looks like their calibration sequence works pretty good. Just rotating it 90 degrees. Yeah, so startup calibration is pretty solid.